I don't need you telling me.
Jeez, I was just trying to.
I know what we're trying. How was work today, dear?
Fine.
Well, that's good. Did you snipe anyone, Daddy?
Actually, your big brother Bodkin and I spent the entire day in his workshop preparing for tomorrow.
What's happening tomorrow?
Well, your daddy has a lot of mortals to smite tomorrow. We're starting up this new cult or something in Etruria.
Yes, I heard about that. Sirius told me that they're into Groups. Mother, I can spell sex.
Minnie!
And for your information, I wasn't going to spell sex, Miss Know-It-All. Oh? I was going to spell something else that you don't know about yet. And what is that?
No. We are not falling for that one. Okay.
Your father and I were not born yesterday.
I know you weren't born yesterday. You've made that abundantly clear.
Then you should start acting like it and stop giving him mother lip. You know, for all the trouble that you put us through, you should really learn some...
Joe, honey.
I got it. I
Take
know.
a deep breath.
I'm calm. I am calm.
Proserpina says that gods and goddesses have sex when they want to make babies. Is that true?
Minerva, you see, when mommies and daddies...
But it's not just mommies and daddies, is it?
I think your father had better answer that question.
Well, in theory.
But not in practice.
Sometimes in practice. We're not necessarily mommies and daddies.
Well, we don't all start as mommies and daddies.
Yes, we weren't always parents.
But you had sex because you wanted to become parents.
Yes, that's why.
Yeah.
Daddy, when you had sex with Sirius, did you want to become parents with her?
Well, I guess it's a little more complicated than that.
Tell me how.
Princess.
I told you. Proserpina told me today that you had sex with her mom, and her mom gave birth to her through her vagina. Even though you don't live with them, you're her dad, just like you're my dad. And she also said that you must have had sex with my mom to make me.
What are they teaching you these days?
Nothing about sex, obviously, or I wouldn't have heard it from Prospe on the Elysian Fields.
Well, you can tell Prospe that she shouldn't be spreading such heinous lies.
It's not a lie, Mom. I've heard about sex before. Just last week, Mars was telling Apollo that he wouldn't mind putting his dick...
Jupiter, your son the next time you see him. I don't want Minnie picking up any more of this schoolyard stuff.
But back to my original question.
What?
I doubt that Mars wants to become parents with Venus. So, what is sex for?
Well, Minnie, I'm going to be totally honest with you.
Oh, God.
Sex is a tool that gods use to get whatever they want out of anybody. And then they ignore all responsibility in the aftermath.
That is just a generalization. Sex is not a tool.
What is it, Jupiter?
It's an experience. Sex is a way for two beings to really connect on a deeper level than just shaking hands. It's like pushing away all the boundaries and pretenses and walls and really just thrusting it in hearts. And you really start to feel the other being's true self. And then that true self blossoms into a multi.
So that's what the cow is like, huh?
God damn it, Juno!
Wait, I get what you're saying, Dad. So, sex is a way to get to know someone else.
Yes, it is. In fact...
So
mean, with your father, it's either fighting or the other thing, and who knows where he's been lately, but he has to relieve stress somehow.
You know exactly where I've been lately.
Just because you say you were with Bodkin.
I was with Bodkin.
Really? Then how come I haven't seen Vesta around lately, huh? Goddess of the heart, warming herself by Vulcan's fire.
You know it's... Can you not do this in front of Minerva?
Oh, please go on.
I'd really rather this not end up in Proserpina's diary.
Is that it? Or you just don't want Sirius to find out about Vesta?
Juno, please.
Oh, please? Please, when was the last time you ever pleased me, your wife?
Not...
Venus says she didn't come from a vagina like Cosby. Venus said she came from sea foam. So, did I come from a vagina or from sea foam?
Neither.
Huh?
You came from neither a vagina nor from sea foam.
Well, that is unexpected. So where did I come from?
From your father's head.
And that's a euphemism, right? A euphemism for...
No. From my skull.
Oh, interesting. Is oral sex what makes babies come out your head? And how?
Well, we're not exactly sure. I just remember your father and I were fighting one day.
That's not a euphemism for the other thing?
No, I remember. It was about a stupid game of cards.
That I had won. I always won that game, and it made your father so mad. So I was telling him, you better come up with a better strategy the next time you want to meet me, and he threw the card table off the mountain, screaming about how he wasn't a sore loser.
I am not a sore loser.
Really? And why is there a giant table next to the Tyler River, huh? How did that get there? We fought for hours until finally I was too tired to go on.
You weren't too tired to go on. You could have fought until the 20th century. It was because I had a headache that we finally stopped.
At first, I thought he was just being dramatic, but then his head did seem a bit more inflated than usual.
It was the worst headache I had ever had. I was going to get Asclepius to take a look at it. When my head literally started pounding, it was like something sharp was knocking on the inside of my skull.
And by this point, I was worried sick, but I knew we had to relieve the pressure, so even though I didn't really trust Vulcan with his weapons yet, I had him and your Uncle Pluto split your father's head open.
And he sort of just popped out, looking like you do today, sword in hand, ready to go.
It was so cute, he kind of tripped on his chin and tumbled right into my arms. What were her first words, Jovi?
I am Minerva, goddess of wisdom and military strategy, bringer of ruin and bestower of peace. And then you unleashed such a war cry. I don't think the mortals have stopped fighting since. It was, oh God.
It was really something special, Minnie.
So, I didn't come from sex.
No.
But you did inspire quite a bit of it in the aftermath. I think we conceived Mars the night of your birth.
And I think I conceived a couple of injuries besides that, if you know what I mean. Couldn't throw bolts for a week.
I couldn't move after that, Jovi. When you pushed me up against that volcano wall, it was one of the best nights of my life.
I think I'm going to be a virgin.